My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 11th, 2026. It is 6:44 a.m. So let's continue. On my last recording, I switched a tweet. Let me pause. I was trying to do something in the background. Okay, let's go back. My last video, I had a tweet that was pretty long and the caption was pretty long, and I decided to switch it around just in case I don't know what I'm gonna say. So there it is here, and I decided to start it in the new video. All right, so it's a long caption and most likely I have some stuff to say. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. There's the thanking face. Thank peace. Here I am addressing the rageful fixation of anti-Meghan and Harry monarchy trolls constantly ringing on about wanting them to give up their titles. Most of these disingenuous misinformation trolls like, who is that? Okay, Crystal, who is that? TV panelist. Okay, you could read this, all right? So she tagged this person. Most of these disingenuous misinformation trolls like this person here do so much study on Harry and Meghan, often more than their supporters, that they already know they offered the titles back in 2020 and the monarchy rejected this, asking only that they do not formally or commercially use their HRH titles. And I believe in the docu-series, Harry had said that, when they were trying to discuss whether they're going to stay in, out, 50-50, whatnot, whatever they were doing, Harry had offered to take the title. They rejected it. And on top of this, okay, the Derangers did people had to sign a petition, okay, for them to take the title. That petition, I believe, went to whichever particular office that deals with that. They rejected it. Okay? So what Harry and Meghan has to do? Live their life. That's all. So this is what she's making reference to. The troll resent Harry and Meghan for doing what other royals did, including Charles, and exposing the cruelty behind palace walls by family members. And the thing is that they're making it seem like it's Harry and Meghan who's going out of their way to hurt the royal family, when Harry and Meghan are just minding their own business and the royal family keep on poking. Remember where Harry said, with no complaint, no explain, it's just a matter, but the complaint is always coming from the royal family. All right, they will dictate to the papers what to write, and then at the end of whatever article it might be, the article will say something about sources or whatever it is. Here's the video that Harry was saying it.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. You know, the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold.
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private, being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and then at the bottom of it they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayed.
All right, Harry grew up in that family. He knows how they operate. These trolls still want them to suffer, so they have to run back and be abused and controlled again. They pretend their success and financial prosperity outside the institution is solely due to the titles rather than their own acumen, appeal, and personality. If that was the case, how come the others are not doing it? Okay, I think not too long ago, someone had received an alphabet letter, alphabet award. And the wife of that particular person did something in the fashion business. It didn't do too well. And the squad called that person out, well, not called the person out, but highlighted, saying, okay, so with all those talking point that the title is what makes people make money, so how come this person who just received that particular title, whose husband spent a long time trying to get it, kissing ass and licking boots to get that title, he finally got it, and the wife kind of, whatever her name was associated with that particular fashion, didn't do too well. The squad sort of highlighted. Meanwhile, but Meghan, on the other hand, with her background, with the TIG and things that she was doing before she even met Harry, she had a huge following, a social media presence, and a huge followers that align with her passion. And then in one of the videos that I did previously, one of the callers is saying that it's because of the media who's giving that free publicity. And then it's making her want to watch it. All right. So Meghan is doing the things because she connects with people and she has her own way of doing things, and people are connecting. Meanwhile, Meghan was a businesswoman, actress, and millionaire before involvement in the monarchy or any title. Titles Fergie, who had suffered many financial crises and desperation, had to be housed on royal ground, while divorced to her royal husband and Prince Edward's production company. Okay, for those who are new, when I first started looking into Harry and Meghan, okay, I looked into Ardent Production. Ardent Production is something Prince Edward had. Okay, the reason I was able to know about it, I was asking myself question. It's by accident I found out he used to run a production company. Because when the media was bashing Meghan, and I was like, you know, I'm a mother. I know how it is when you're pregnant. And Meghan was pregnant with Archie at that time. And I was like, where are those women who marry into the royal family? Even if you didn't marry in. But as a woman who has connection within the royal family, how come none of them kept their mouth shut? And then that sort of enraged me, went online to search to see if anybody was seeing what I was seeing. Meanwhile, the squad been at it from the beginning. And I stumbled on either Tina or Michelle, people who's been the original squaddies, who's been from the beginning, or a little bit, let's say, from early stage when Harry and Meghan got married, might know about Tina and Michelle because of their podcast. And I stumbled on her thing on Twitter. And I had my Twitter account since 2009, I think. And I never really interact with it. I even had issues to log in because I didn't remember my password. But eventually I logged on, and then I was able to create this new account, PYTE, because now I'm doing videos and I wanted to match with my video, with my channel. Okay, so it's through that when I was reading things and someone in the comments says, oh, Sophie had a miscarriage or something like that, and that enraged me. And I was like, let me see if this is true, because people could say anything online. And I found out it was true. And thank God, while I was doing my own research, I decided to record it. It's on PYTE. Okay, and I think I titled it, Let Me Educate Myself or something, because I wasn't aware of all of this. And then through that, after I found out that it was true, Sophie had a miscarriage, she had issues, pregnancies, and things like that. And under that, I found out Edward had Ardent Production. And I went and looked deeper what that was all about. And I found a whole bunch of stuff. And I think I did 2 videos about Ardent Production. Because when I first did the first video about Ardent Production, there were issues with taxes. Okay? And then they claim at the end, she got he got investors, and he started with a good chunk of money for his production company. He went to talk to people, thinking the people he went to meet, thinking that they're just gonna meet with him. Meanwhile, he set them up to invest in his company. All right, and then there's so much going on, and I think there was some deal with the Queen. I don't know. Go watch that video, and I call it out, where he wasn't paying tax and things like that. And then at the end, when he was closing that business, he ended up, I think it's £40 or something like that. It was 2-digit numbers. I think it was £40. And he started with millions. All right, so that's that. Go on PYTE. I have those videos there. All right. Tidal's Fergie, who had suffered many financial crises and desperation, had to be housed on royal grounds while divorced to her royal husband and Prince Edward production company, fell when he tried to be financially independent, thus proving Tidal do not guarantee success and financial prosperity. That argument is used to undermine the success of the ones who have achieved success. That is true. Like many other media trolls, Crystal Fufas, okay, I guess that's the guy she tagged up there, on the other hand, had claimed flippantly that Harry and Meghan have flopped in their ventures, which therefore undermine his argument that titles equate to success rather than merit. These people, they want you to completely, adequately remove your brain, just toss it away. You cannot rely on your senses, your own abilities. They want to be the one to control you, to say whatever it is that they want you to believe. This is the problem that they're having with many people. They thought that before Harry and Meghan, before the squads and things like that, when the UK, the same way many Americans used to see National Enquirer as trash tabloid, don't pay any attention to it. And I think many Brits felt the same way with the tabloid in the UK. They never really paid, well, I will not say never, and I'm not putting all of the Brits under that same umbrella, but I will say this good portion of Brits saw the tabloid as just noise. And they stay silent. So the media thought the silence meant it's agreement with them. So many Brits never spoken. And I used to be upset about it when I saw all this negativity that was being said, and majority of Brits kept their mouth shut. But now they're speaking out. So when these people are trying to manipulate for you to believe their own narrative, and for you to not believe your senses, that infuriates them. So this is where we are now. It really pisses them off because their old tactic, their old blueprint is no longer working. Okay, like this particular video, when I come back to this is what I'll pick up. Do I still have it? Okay, like this particular caller in here was saying that, it's on my last video, was saying that, yes, she will be watching Meghan's Netflix with Love Meghan because the media in the UK is, pretty much advertising it. For the sake of this video, let me let you listen to it.
Lulu's in County Durham. Are you excited, Lulu?
Oh, yes. I'll be honest with you. I've not watched her programs because obviously I'm busy and stuff like that. But I cannot help but notice how the media continues to behave like an addicted narcissist who's completely obsessed with this girl, to the point where when there's almost nothing to report, you stalk her and scout for any imperfections in order to fix your low. Because no matter what she does, no one's happy when she's reflective. And by the way, I love the fact that she's not responded or gone, out to kind of react on what people are saying. People wanted her to leave. Okay, she left. She did her own thing. She's doing her own thing. It's still not good enough. Do you know what? It will never be good enough for anybody, because
okay, Lulu,
I think people should get off their high horse now.
Lulu, without the controversy, would anybody be watching her Netflix series about flower arranging and things?
Oh, yeah, you'll be surprised. There's a market for everything these days. A lot of people.
But would it be as popular, anywhere near as popular, if she was the woman from Suits who chose to do flower arranging?
Oh yes, because actually Suits may not have been watched by as many people as want to know about where she is now at the moment. So I say yes, people will watch her, and yes, she'll get the numbers high. Partly thank you to the media for this obsession, because now people are more interested. So you think you're putting her down, but you really are not putting her down. You're absolutely marketing her and advertising her. So thank you. Meanwhile, she's making money, and many of us are not. So hey, go girl.
Lulu, I love you.
Lulu, we're all part of her marketing program, and you know, I'm sure it's going to make it very successful. But you will be watching. You'll be watching everything that comes out from that deal, do you reckon?
Because of you now, I am definitely tuning in, and I'm going to be using my TikTok to completely post and forward stuff. So thank you.
Well, I look forward to receiving the check from Meghan.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. More Brits are speaking out. The media in the UK are seeing there's someone who's working her butt off. She's, minding her own business, providing for herself without the taxpayers' money. And then the media is saying, don't believe that. She's this, she's getting that because of our titles and this and that. All right, so for the sake of this video, I had to play it again. It's on my last video. Okay, so let's continue. I read this. Okay. Like many other media trolls, Christoph Fufas, on the other hand, claims flippantly that Harry and Meghan have flapped in their venture, while therefore undermine his argument that titles equate to success rather than merit. Even without the Duke titles, Harry and Meghan are Prince and Meghan Princess Henry of Wales, but even if not that either, despite their upset at ill treatment by the monarchy, Harry and Meghan's intention to break away from it by offering up their titles has proved to be a fantasy tease, as if the devil wishing to trick them. You cannot unroyal a blood royal. I have said that before. Not in that sense, but I think when they were talking about Prince Andrew will not be a prince, and I'm like, he will always be a prince. I don't know. You cannot unroyal a blood royal and unroyal the royal made one Meghan by marriage who is still married to him. This is unlike Diana and Fergie, who were no longer married to their blood royals while retaining their titles. Okay, the calls for Meghan to give up her title while still married to her blood royal husband, while there were no such calls for Diana and Fergie to give up theirs when they were legitimately delegitimized by divorce, and while all three women spoke out and criticism against the monarchy has a strong whiff of Meghan being singled out over those English wives. That is true. Harry and Meghan are still married, but yet they're treating them worse than Diana is no longer there, so I don't know what's worse than that, but whatever. Let me not tangle myself on a pretzel. Despite trying to break away, Prince Harry has been expected pressure by the royal media, royal road reporters to attend family and state events such as Prince Philip and Queen's funeral, the Jubilee celebration, and the head of state's coronation. Without his title, this would have still been expected. When Harry and Meghan, remember, Harry is the son of the king. So all of this play a role. When Harry and Meghan were silent for a year after leaving, they were still attacked. Oh, let me pause. I'm glad she put this, because I was thinking of this as I started reading this. Okay, Harry and Meghan were silent for a year after leaving. They were still attacked by royal voter media as if they were royals. When Harry and Meghan stopped getting tax-funded money and even security, they were still attacked by royal voter media as if they were royals. Harry has discovered that, favorable or not, he will still be covered like a high-profile royal, whether or not his Duke title was accepted when offered. But in any case, this, and certainly his Prince title, is his identity. Being the second son of the living monarch is too. Okay, that's the thing I was just saying. The Sussex title is now their name as a family, with Prince Archie and Princess Elizabeth Diana. When a regularly person falls out with their family and moves away for peace, are they expected to cancel their name if it changes nothing about their identity and profile? That's a good similarity that she's bringing here. But that's the thing again. They force feeding the public to believe their own stupidity. That without them, Harry's dad, give the title up. All this so stupid, childish too. The call for them to give up their title are disingenuous since they offered it, and now this is their family name, and they can and I guess they cannot break away from their royal identity or profile. The titles being unused serve no purpose other than denying a reality and making malicious trolls who will still attack their every royal move like there is no change and status, but fake the legitimization weaponized to abuse them more. All right, so let's listen to this. There'll be screenshot. Okay, it's playing. Harry and Meghan Markle said they offered to give up royal titles. Okay, King Charles refused to take back, so that's receipt she's putting here.
It became clear that the institution leaked the fact that we were going to be moving back to Canada, and the key piece of that story that made me aware that the contents of the letter between me and my father had been leaked was that we were willing to relinquish our Sussex titles. That was the giveaway. And I was like, wow. We hit on a really important point, which is we were forced to leave. We left in 2020. We moved out, we fled my home country. We moved to California. And for 12 months during lockdown, where we said literally nothing, it was relentless. And that was a real eye-opener for me. I never thought that we'd be away from it completely, but I did think that we'd get some form of peace. But that's when I realised that actually our mere existence outside of that institutional control was more of a threat. And this is a similar thing that happened to my mum as well.
Okay, not possible even without the titles. Let me pause this. Okay, Prince Harry has told how he told King Charles that the couple will give up their titles as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in order to break away from the royal family. Not possible even without their titles. That was back in 2022. Alright, that's it. Alright, so she retweeted that. So this is the person that she mentioned on the caption. If she hated the royal family that much, they could have very easily rejected royal titles for their children. Why didn't they? Yeah, now I see why she said that person no. They knew, and this is why they don't like the fact that Harry and Meghan did the docu-series and the Oprah interview, because they are speaking and they wanted people to believe otherwise. Alright? Of all this pointing up and the feigned idiocy from people like Crystal is another way to try to lie, suggesting that those words without titles will report it differently. There's the rolling eye. Now more than ever, it's an SEO world and the media will not change the keyword if they want those click. Alright, so he retweeted that. I'm not gonna click. Zara Tendo revealed her mother, Princess Anne, taught her the importance of good clothing as she launches £450 raincoat collection. What? Okay, whatever works for them. Let's pause that. Okay, you had time today. There's the wink here. Good for you for calling out this nonsense, and well said. Thumbs up. Okay, me get a life, loser. Okay, let's see here. 17 seconds.
Between me and my father had been leaked was that we were willing to relinquish our Sussex titles. That was the giveaway. And I was like, wow. Like, our story, our life, literally got taken from underneath us. Between me and my father had been leaked.
Okay, it's playing okay. I did have a good time, thank you. Now off shopping. Alright, so that's the ad. So that is it. Let's do my last tweet. Okay. This has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. I think more of a US thing. Okay. I didn't listen to it yet, but let's see. Dear black people, especially in Minnesota, watch this video. Okay, 1 minute and 1 second. Screenshot.
Stay your ass at home. Stay your black ass at home. Do not get out there and go and protest, because you do not need to be out there. That's what this government wants you to do. They want you to get out and protest so they can arrest you and use you as free fucking labor for the rest of your lives. Do not go out there. Let the white folks handle the white folks. We have been out here protesting since God knows when. Nothing has been done. All they do is arrest our asses, and then we spend the rest of our days in jail giving free labor. Do not go out and protest. Is it unfortunate that that lady got shot in her face? Absolutely. Is it unfortunate that her kid now has to have no parents to raise them? Absolutely. But this is...
Yeah, that's what I heard. That lady they shot in the face, like I think 3 times. The husband had passed away. I don't know the full story, but I'm hearing different things. The husband passed away and the mother was the only parent, and now they kill her. The kids are parentless. All right, let me move it back slightly.
Raise them, absolutely. But this is not our fight. This is not our fight. It's unfortunate, but it's not our fight. Stay your black ass at home.
And I think they're trying to keep it out of the media that the person is white. Okay, it's a white woman that they did that. The other thing as well, I see the same tactic that was used in the Middle East, Palestine. Instigate until they turn Palestine into that. These people, they're looking for a reason to continue their barbaric. They're done with the US. I think the US was one of the countries that was preventing some of those other countries, their buddies around the globe, to commit crimes without being punished. When we vote, black people vote, and people with sensible, understand what's going on, we vote the right way. So sometimes many of those people we voted for do their job correctly and act in accordance to prevent those barbaric to create chaos around the world. So what happened in 2024, where some people voted for this administration, so this administration is aligning with their buddies around the globe trying to contain Americans. So we shall see how that goes. The only group that they never poison, okay, they've been trying to subdue and switch, whatever, or get every other group to be against, were African American. So now African American is taking a step back. But they want African American to come out. And they're stopping people left and right for no reason. But anyway, may God bless us. May we get out of this. And hopefully white people understand the situation that they are in. Okay? And I think also American is not gonna look good around the world because Trump is doing a lot of things, creating enemies. Okay? Americans are not looking good around the globe because of things Trump is doing. So when you go outside of the country, don't think you are safe either because Trump is creating enemies among Americans. The same tactic that was used for African American or people with dark skin, okay, like I usually say, it's like it's a passport for mistreatment. So Trump is creating these type of nonsense in the name of our country. So when we go outside of the country, other people's gonna be looking at us in a negative way. All right, so I don't know. Just God help us. I see my notification. What is this about? Okay, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so please help support my channel. Like I just said, PayPal and Cash App, because YouTube, it's keeping those estimates very low. Sometimes last week it reached $200+, and then next thing I know, it went straight back down. So yeah, anyway, that's it. And those who have donated, like I've always said, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better